Welcome to Go Rangers Radio, where the New York Rangers are always the talk of the town. If you bleed red, white, and Rangers blue, hail the king, follow the bread man, and know how to spell Capo Caco, then you've tuned to the right place. And now, here are your handsome hosts, Kevin DeLury and Paul Cuthbert. They're not always going to get it right, but you can be damn sure they'll pretend they are. Now, let's go Rangers Radio.
Yeah, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Go Rangers Radio. Broadcasting live from the Go Hockey Media Studios in New York, baby. Yours truly, Mr. Paul Cuthbert here. And everybody, please say hello to your friend of mine, Mr. Kevin DeLury. KD, what's happening, brother?
What's up, Paulie? How are things, my friend?
I'm good. I know you're really good right now. For anybody who expected us on time tonight, there's a pretty darn good reason we're not. What's up, buddy?
Paulie forgot there was a show tonight.
Oh, that's wrong. That is so wrong, man. So wrong.
Hey, look, sometimes, you know, your son has a friend over, and then the son's friend's father comes over with a cooler full of beer, and, you know, you got to play a good host. So that's where we are.
All right, man. I tell you, it's a fantastic excuse. I'm totally fine with it. I'm sure HR will be okay with it, too. We'll send it up to the board, and we'll find out if there's any issues. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Paulie, I'm a professional, so I'm going to make it happen, so don't worry.
Oh, my God. Hold on to your seats there, folks.
Professional what? I'm not sure, but a professional nonetheless.
It's going to be an interesting show. There's no doubt about it, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are, June.
Well, there's no hockey to talk about. I'm already interrupting you like crazy like last week. So
I can't even get a word in.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Wednesday, June 23rd, ladies and gentlemen, right here, Go Rangers Radio. If you had told me and KD we'd be talking this late into June, we'd say you're nuts, and we would have hoped maybe it was for Stanley Cup reasons or whatever, but it's not. Welcome to the age of COVID, ladies and gentlemen, and the NHL is looking to come back sometime in the summer, July or August, along with now what looks like Major League Baseball and the NBA. And away we go, and on this Wednesday night, me and Kevin are going to talk about Kevin Lowe getting into the Hockey Hall of Fame, and which jersey is he going to wear, buddy?
Hey, look, I mean, you'd have to think Oilers, but, you know, you never know. If he wears a Rangers, I think I'd be pretty shocked. But
are you happy for him, though?
Of course, he deserves it. Well deserved. To be honest, I really was entertaining for most of the day, and I know that they made the announcement. I didn't even see who's on the list.
Well, that's why you got me here, buddy. All right? We won't spend the whole show on it, but look, hey, Jerome McGinley's in. Is that okay with you?
Nice. I love Jerome.
Okay.
Big fan.
All right. Marian Hossa, he gets in with 3 Stanley Cups.
Very good. And
good.
Love it. What? But did Marcel Hossa get in?
No. Not happening at this point. No.
How many goals? We gotta look it up. How many goals? I think Marian Hossa had like more goals in like a week.
Yes.
Than Marcel had in like his career.
Hey, let's not beat up on Marcel right now, okay? Be nice, buddy. Doug Wilson, no Stanley Cups, GM of the Sharks. Big Blackhawk there for a long time. You okay with Dougie getting in?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm in.
All right.
No complaints.
We grew up watching him.
I'm ezy. Paulie, I've been drinking. I'm easy tonight.
I know, buddy. Easy like Sunday morning or Wednesday evening. Ken Holland, GM, like 24 Stanley Cups as a GM with the Red Wings there in the 90s, 2000s. Is that okay with you?
I'm going to say no here. Seems a little overrated. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's in.
All right, cool. And Kim St. Pierre, female goaltender for the women's hockey team of Canada, 3 Stanley Cups. Are we okay with that, buddy? I'm not
3 Stanley Cups?
I've been drinking 2, I guess. 3 gold medals. I apologize. See? Oh, man.
Yeah.
The alcohol's just coming right through the microphone into my...
I was like, what did I miss? How long have I been drunk? 3 gold medals, that gets you in.
Yeah. Bravo. Well, there you go, pal. That's it. And Jerome, I think the only finals he was in '96. It was first year, and that's it. No cups for Jerome.
Was it against the Lightning? That was against the Lightning, right?
I believe so, yes.
7 games. That was a good series. I think that was a 7-gamer, too.
It sure was. So make your plans.
Torts.
November 16th, baby. Up in Ronto, okay? Me and you will go back to the Hockey Hall of Fame together.
That's
That trip in 91.
That's all right. Hopefully it'll be open this time.
Yes. All right, pal. Other than that, we're moving along here with the reopening phases here on Long Island and New York. Last week we touched on the fact that the Islanders currently don't have a building. It looks like Vegas is going to be one of the hub cities. They're narrowing that down. And a couple of NHL players have gotten the Canuka virus here. And it seems to be happening in pro sports here in the U.S. a little bit. Anything you want to talk about there as far as the recent news of a couple of guys getting testing positive? I believe Tampa Bay and Austin Matthews there up in Ronto. What's your take, buddy? We're going to get this. We're going to pull this off here in the summer.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm starting to get worried. Last week I was pretty fired up about it and whatnot, but now that you're seeing these teams having these outbreaks, and it's almost in every professional sport, you're seeing a couple of the baseball teams are having the outbreaks. I think like the Maple Leafs, goodness, the Blue Jays had it, and maybe Tampa Bay had it, and you're seeing some of the college football teams they're having some outbreaks, and they're going to have to figure this out, because I don't see how, and again, I think I've been real positive about this and wanting the season, but I don't know how these leagues are going to figure it out when half the team tests positive for corona. I mean, thankfully, from what I've seen, and Paul, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen that any of these guys are actually been sick. Like, they're testing positive, but I haven't seen that any of them are actually sick, which is good. But still, if they have it and then they're around, the coaches are older, maybe they have older trainers or whatever it is, I mean, that's not good. So then what is the plan? Like, if an entire team goes down with corona, what happens? Like,
they're out.
I don't know.
Out by default.
Yeah, like how can you start the season, if that could potentially happen? And it's already happening, and they haven't even started. They haven't even started practicing. And there's teams that are being besieged by this thing. So I've been getting concerned that it's not going to be able to happen. And, I was talking to some of my friends this weekend about it, because we were getting all excited about it. And one of my friends had said he was having a conversation with his dad saying, they almost have the problem seems to be it's going to be in the locker room. Where these guys are all in this locker room, and are they wearing masks or not? And they're close in close quarters. And he says it's almost going to have to be like when we were in like Little League, where they show up in their uniform, go right out on the field and start playing. Like, I think that may be the only way you can get past that, where you have all these guys in the close quarters. Like literally Henrik Lundqvist is going to show up in like full gear, get out of his car, get on the ice. Well, he's not going to get on the ice and play. Shoshokin will. But, but, I think that could be the only way to do it, because you can't have these guys hanging out in the locker room or in the weight room or wherever they're going to be, because it's just going to spread. So it's almost like you have to have these guys get out of their car in uniform, get on the ice, take a couple of spins around the ice, and drop the puck. Because I don't know how this is going to work, just seeing how there's already outbreaks and there hasn't even been practice yet.
You are nervous, Nelly. It's just... It's just terrible.
And it's been opposite on this show so far. You've had some trepidation about it, and I've been the one like, it's not being negative. But I saw this. They're already having outbreaks that haven't even started yet.
Well, they haven't started yet, so it's okay. They haven't started yet, so we'll worry about it when they start, right?
Just let it run through the teams now, so then they don't have to worry about it later. Everybody will have had it, and then it doesn't matter.
Well, look, this is how they said they were going to run it, right? So it's going to be the next couple of weeks. Guys are making plans to fly over here now, and they'll just see what happens. They'll do the testing, and they'll hang out. I think that's a real funny. It's funny. Me and a couple of my buddies were talking a couple of weeks ago. My hockey buddies, we got together, and we were reminiscing back in our roller hockey goalie. We used to pick him up, and he used to be in his gear. We were just laughing, so it's funny just picturing Lundqvist getting suited up, before he gets in the rink. Look, this whole, where everybody is right now, this is the insanity of it. It's just we have to wait because every week, 2 weeks that goes by, something else happens. You're looking at what's going on with the rest of the country, and here's New York and the Northeast now, which is becoming a country within a country with our numbers going down and it going just nuts everywhere else. And it's a trip. And we talked about this, last week with regards to the protests that were going on. We got the reopening here in Long Island. We just have to wait and see what happens. So if you're MLB and the NHL and the NBA and the NFL, you have to kind of just keep going forward and trying this thing out and let the guys come in and just see what happens. Because other than that, they would just, like a lot of us probably figured they were going to do is just cancel the whole thing. But now that they're not, in the big picture of this whole thing, where the numbers are leading into today, and this is the issue now is where the number's going to be in the next couple of weeks, because they don't seem to be going down like in states like Arizona and Texas now and Florida. And they didn't prepare. They didn't go into lockdown like we did up here in the Northeast. So it's a different beast. And if that stuff just keeps going up and going up and going up, it kind of breaks up pretty much a lot of the stuff, with regards to the country. But I guess it really wouldn't affect, the NHL. And let's stick with that for right now as far as where the hub city is going to be. So, it's roulette, right, KD? It's just Russian roulette. Let's just go for it. And if these guys start going down, I guess they'll deal with it then.
Yeah, but like, how can that be the game plan? The game plan can't be like, well, if an entire team goes down, we'll figure it out.
But I guess that's why they're rolling guys in, right? They're rolling guys in for early, these first couple of weeks, right? So they're going to have everybody into the training camps. And before the tournament starts, if it starts running rampant, obviously, amongst all the teams, because they're going to be in those hub cities, right? Then they'll know and they'll say, hey, well, look, we tried, but everybody's getting sick and we can't do it. But they're not going to know until they get everybody together.
Yeah, and by the way, I love that a hub city is like Vegas. Like, could you put them in a worse spot? Like,
and they just let's
send them all to Vegas because they're not going to want to go out into the casinos.
I don't know, man. Look, a lot of these guys.
Put them in Montana. There's nobody there.
Look, man, it's a great question, man, because, look, it's not like they're drawing fans, so you would have thought that they might have put them somewhere remote, right? But that's not happening, so I don't know, man. We'll see what – this is the craziness about everything. I mean, all of us here in New York, too, we're just waiting to see what happens. I mean, New York just reopened Monday. We're going into – our phases are moving up because our numbers are so good, but we don't know what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. It's
gotten so crazy. No, it's gotten so crazy that like a month ago, like Florida wasn't letting people in from New York. Now New York isn't letting people in from Florida. Like, it's insane.
And now Europe doesn't want anybody from the United States going to Europe, and they're the ones who gave it to us in the first place.
It's insanity. Absolute insanity.
Pass me a beer, KD. need to.